Hello, Dana.
Hi.
I'd like to ask you a question about, on the heavyweight front, you recently set a deadline for Jon Jones to face Tom Aspinall or risk losing the title. And with that situation evolving, what criteria are you using to decide uphold legacy by waiting for Jones or prioritize division activity by clearing the belt?
You said the timeline for Jones, 2 weeks to decide what to do with the title, whether it takes the fight or you're going to strip him. What do you think is more important, to keep the belt there so he can uphold his legacy, or we move the heavyweight division, take the title away from him?
Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you just canceled out my question, but anyway, I don't know if you heard about this, but seems like Francis wants to come back, and he says he changed his mind. Would you be open for him to come back if he really wants to, and then if he says okay to your conditions?
Francis says he changed his mind and he would consider coming back to the UFC. Would you be open to having Francis back?
He would consider coming back to UFC if what? One thing I've learned over the years about Francis doesn't always mean what he says publicly. What he says behind the scenes are different than what he says publicly. I'm not a big fan. I would be shocked if Francis ever came back here on lots of different levels. I'm not a fan, and he doesn't always mean what he says publicly.
Yeah, with Tom Aspinall being an officially champ, who is the #1 contender right now? Whether it's
so International Fight Week starts Monday in Las Vegas, and Tom will be in Vegas all week with us. So we'll get together with him and figure out what's next.
I just wonder, Dana, what do you make of when UFC stars like Jon Jones, like Arman, Hamza Chimaev are competing in the reality show called Reality in Thailand?
When UFC stars such as Arman Tsarukyan, such as Jon Jones, other guys, when they compete in the reality shows over there or perform in the reality shows over there in Thailand, what are your thoughts on that?
That they compete in reality shows?
But they don't compete, but they partake in those reality shows that film in Thailand. Like
That has
Jon
nothing
Jones.
to do with me. They can listen, and in their off time, they can do whatever they want to do. I don't know anything about that.
Isn't it bad for a UFC? I don't know.
Is it a bad look for the UFC to have them do that somewhere else?
What's the question?
Is it a bad look for the UFC? Does it look bad?
I haven't seen it. Does the show suck? Is it a shitty show?
A lot of views, at least if to speak about reels.
Lots of views on the internet. Lots of views.
Okay. So why is it a bad look on us?
No, just permission or whatever.
They can do whatever they want in their off time. Yeah. I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it, and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and what about Topuria and Oliveira? Why Oliveira fighting, not Arman? I just wonder. Arman actually beat, Oliveira.
What's the question?
Topuria is fighting Oliveira for the title. Why isn't it Arman? Why is he fighting Oliveira? Why is Topuria fighting Oliveira for the title, not Arman?
Oh. Why, do you not like that fight?
No, it's a perfect fight. Just #1 contender is Arman.
Yeah. Well, you saw what happened with Arman last time. Arman is the backup. He's the backup for that fight. So he will come to Las Vegas, and he's got to make weight, and he'll be the backup. And then we'll see how that fight plays out, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you.
One more question. When can we expect the announcement for Islam versus Jack Della Maddalena? And when do you think that would be a perfect time for that fight?
We'll be announcing. Listen, if we haven't announced it yet, there's a reason, because we try to get announcements out as quick as we can. So we'll see what happens.
If Ilia wins over Oliveira next week, and then in the fight between Poirier and Max wins, is there a possibility of the rematch?
It's a good question. I don't know. But again, I don't like talking hypotheticals. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how the fight goes. And we'll figure that stuff out. I'm not a big fan of hypothetical. I like watching it play out and then deciding what we do next.
one more question from my side. Fiziev back and got a win. How soon, how do you think he will fight against the opponent like Justin Gaethje again?
Rafael Fiziev is back. He came in, he won. How soon do you think we can see him fighting somebody like a Justin Gaethje again?
Yeah, it depends on, I'm a big fan of guys turning around quick and fighting again, but depends on how he feels after this and what he wants to do, what his plans are. There are a lot of other factors in when he fights again. And then, yeah, I mean, you're going to see him fight, one of the, he'll fight one of the higher ranked guys next.
Yeah. Hi, Dana. Hi, Dana. I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Ilia Topuria just said that he might have to catch up Islam at 170. What do you think of that idea?
Topuria said that he might have to catch Islam at 170. What do you think about that idea? Ilia would have to go up to welterweight to fight Islam because he wants to fight Islam so bad.
Listen, we'll see how this thing plays out. He just moved up. We're already talking about him going to 170. I mean, he just moved up. Let's see how he does in this fight, and we'll see how Islam does. And they definitely want to fight each other.
I have just one more. The manager Ali Abdelaziz just said just Zabit and soon. Do you have any idea of a Zabit Magomedov of comeback of him?
Ali Abdelaziz just said Zabit, one word. Do you know if he's coming back? How soon he's coming back? Zabit Magomedov?
You're gonna have to call him and ask him that question.
Right here, just back to the Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones situation. Do you somewhat regret the time that you gave Jon Jones to make his final decision, that it took so long and the whole division?
Do I regret the time that I gave him?
Yes.
Listen, if you look at what he's accomplished in the sport, no. It is what it is. I obviously feel bad for Tom that he lost all that time and obviously money, but yeah, we'll make it up to him. Tom Aspinall's a good guy. He's been incredible through this whole process that we've gone through. He's been willing to do anything, fight him anywhere at any time, and do this. And now he's like, I'll fight anybody. You tell me who, and I'll fight him. So Aspinall's been great. He's going to be a great heavyweight champion for us, and I'm excited to work with him.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good? Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.